What up, y'all? It's your girl, Hannah, aka Ruta, and you are watching Manifest Mondays on the Uprooted Network. It has been quite a while since I have done one of these, and I missed y'all. So I'm back. And I want to continue to do these. So do me a favor, let all your friends know I'm back in the building. I'm here. We live, baby. Go ahead and send these to your friends. It has been quite a while since we did a Manifest Mondays around here, and today's gonna be a pretty special one. I want to be very open and transparent and give all of y'all a little bit of my testimony and why I started Uprooted and why I'm so passionate about it. And yeah, I want to open up to y'all, and hopefully by me sharing and opening up to y'all, it will free some people and it will really start to help in the healing process for folks. So that's really what I'm looking forward to. Hey everybody. Hi. I am also doing a fundraiser with Stand with Tigray. I personally know that they are doing absolutely amazing work, trying to get schooling, get education to all of these displaced kids that have been out of school in refugee camps for over a year. And I believe it only takes $3 to help a kid. So we're not asking for a lot, but if you do have it and you can, please support the Stand with Tigray fundraiser. So y'all, it has been quite a while. This might be a little bit more emotional for me because it's the first time I'm really telling this story publicly. So I've already been crying all off camera before this, but I hope that you're not going to take this in a negative light because it really is a positive experience for me. And I'm hoping that by me sharing and opening up that it will open up other people. So, what's up, y'all? Hey, beautiful people. So I wanted to start today. Honestly, I did not want to start today like this, but it's been heavy on my heart to really try to be fully 100% invested and transparent. And y'all have been following me on that path of just healing and walking on this journey. And man, I'm gonna be a little bit all over the place, but hopefully y'all can follow. 2 years ago, some of you guys might remember, if you're an early follower, I did my first really vulnerable video. I was at the beach and I was talking about healing from having lost my cousin. Whew. And over the time, most of you guys have gotten to know a little bit more about her story. I have done what is it called? A couple of series about that. I did a whole month of domestic violence awareness back in October. And so I think most of y'all are familiar with her story, my cousin Lydia who passed. But before that, I was no stranger to death. And I was no stranger to pain. And I don't think any of us are, right? In the current state that we're at, everybody has lost somebody. Everybody is grieving something. And it's been such a difficult time, and we're still trying to find ways to smile and have joy in all of it. And I am the queen of literally smiling through everything and finding a way to find the silver lining and staying positive. So I know how hard it is, and I oftentimes get people telling me, you don't look like what you've been through. And I was like, no, I absolutely do not. Thank you for that. And, even my best friends, the people who actually know on a day-to-day, the struggles that I deal with also say that to me, where they're like, man, sometimes I forget that you're carrying all this. And I think it's because I just do it. Like, I just do it quietly. And I know I'm not the only one. I know a lot of us just kind of struggle and we don't talk about our pain and we just deal with it. But I don't really want to live my life that way. I don't want to be this person who people think doesn't need help. No, I need help. I need tons of help. I need tons of love. I need tons of support. And I think that all of us do. I think all of us want love and kindness and to be supported and for life to not be so damn hard, right? That's all we asking for. Can we get a little bit of a break, right? And so that's kind of the impetus or the beginning of Uprooted. So trying to go back to the beginning. I want to say probably 5 years ago, something like that. I had this seed in my mind of rooted and trying to just, understand what that meant and just thinking about how can I heal my people. And that's such a big statement for someone so young is what I always hear. But it's always been so heavy on my chest. From early childhood, I've always wondered, why do we suffer? Why is there so much pain? And I would be looking around at all the adults around me and all the family around me, and I would be so confused because nobody ever explained to me what was happening. And I could see that things weren't right, but nobody ever talked to me. And so I went searching for answers, as any other kid does, right? And of course I found Oprah, thank the Lord for her. And that kind of just started me on the journey, right? She opened up a lot of doors to think about. It just exposed me to a world I had no idea about, right? And to resources that I didn't know existed. And that really changed the trajectory of my life. And it helped start to explain some of the things that were happening around me, right? I was like, okay, why is everybody so mean? I was like, why is everybody so mad? Like, what is this? What is this? And just being very confused. And it started to dawn on me that what I was experiencing and what everybody was experiencing around was definitely trauma. And it was very intentional. Like, there were, and there still are, people who benefit off of our trauma and off of our oppression. And I felt very helpless as a kid to try to help people, because what could I do? I didn't have any resources. But yet and still, everyone always came to me and wanted to tell me their story. And I'm telling you, since I was a child, I don't know what is written on my forehead, but people always come and they would tell me about their life, and they would just feel so comfortable. And it was difficult for me to hear because I didn't want people to be in pain, and I would really try hard to be like, no, listen to me, you got to do this and this and this. And I would be so frustrated when it didn't work out. And now, obviously, being older and having hindsight, I'm like, of course they couldn't listen to my advice. I didn't even realize everything else that they had to deal with. Like, being an adult is trash, bro. It's trash. Being an adult, like, I don't know who lied to us, okay? But being a kid is so much easier. You don't have to deal with any of this. You don't have to deal with, the BS of paying your bills, being responsible, all of those things. Like, it comes with so much, right? And it just, like, I just really, really wish somebody would have gave us a better guide and example. And I think because of that, I really started to manifest Uprooted, because I wanted somewhere where I could go and get the support and advice and help. And I didn't have a place. Not really. Not in my community. Not with people who look like me. You know? Not with people who understood what I was going through. So it started to manifest in that way, from a need, from my own need to be seen and to be heard and to feel loved. And that's really and truly what's at the core of what I'm doing. And so I want to tell you guys a little bit more about some of the things that were a catalyst for this. So, one, like I said, I'm no stranger to trauma. So I can remember very vividly the first person that passed away in my life, and just being so confused. And his name was Mike, and he was, everybody's friend, like all my aunts and uncles, he was their homie. And I just remember one day they were just like, Mike passed away. And I was like, what? What do you mean Mike passed away? They're like, Mike passed away. And I'm a little kid, very little, elementary school. And all they could say was, he got into the wrong way and was hanging around the wrong people, and something gang related, blah blah blah. And that was it. There was nothing. There's no explanation. There's no nothing. And I was just like, what do you mean? And of course, as we start to get older and you're living in in not the best neighborhoods, you start to see, oh, that's what they're talking about. That's what gang violence is. Okay, got it. And I started to put an armor on and a shield, because it was scary. It was really scary for any child to constantly be harassed on the streets by older men. It's not okay. To just feel like it's not safe to walk in certain areas, and that you need to watch your head. You gotta, there's a saying, it's like, keep your head on a swivel. And it kind of just continued on like that. And I witnessed so much violence and so much pain. And at the time, I didn't even understand the drugs that people were taking. I didn't get that. I didn't understand it, I didn't know what addiction was. And I didn't know where it came from. But I knew that I was experiencing it with the people in our neighborhood and in our environment. That people were in so much pain that they were doing anything they could to get rid of it. And I started to see people like my beautiful aunt, who were seemingly happy and just really amazing people, just start to lose their light. I don't talk about her a lot, but I realized in retrospect that she really was the person who jump-started my deep, deep dive into understanding psychology and addiction in people. Because I just couldn't understand how somebody who was so full of life, who was literally a light, who made everybody smile and laugh, who just had this zest for life, just slowly start to dim out. And it was the hardest thing in the world for me to see and to understand. And it made me very angry, because nobody would explain to me what was happening to her. And I understand now because they didn't get it either. They didn't understand that she was suffering mentally. That on the inside, emotionally and mentally, she wasn't okay. And so she did what everybody does. And she tried to get through the pain the best way she knew how. And unfortunately, that was drugs and alcohol. And she really got mixed up in that crowd and in that life. But if we knew that what she was really trying to run away from was the pain that she was feeling, that mentally, emotionally, she wasn't completely whole, we could have saved her. And I think that that's I know that's the reason why I do Uprooted. I know for a fact that that's the reason. It actually was 10 years ago on July 31st that she passed. And I hadn't realized how long I have been holding on to her story and her memory. And even though I've tried to honor her and talk about her, it's very hard for me to say her story and her name without bringing all of that pain and memory back onto my family. But I know that somebody else needs to hear it, because we're still losing people in the same way. We are really, really still losing people in that way. And my goal here is that if there's nowhere else in the world that these people can hear it, that they're loved, that they're worthy. I see you. This world is hard. Your problems are real and they are valid. You are in pain for a reason, because there's so much trash around us that keeps putting us in this situation. And I really just want people to know that, because I often think, and actually let me stop saying think, I know that when life gets hard and we don't know what to do with our emotions and our feelings and we have nowhere to turn, we try to numb and we try to run, and you can't outrun your reality. You can't outrun your pain. As someone who has tried it for some years, I'm telling you right now, you can't do it. You can't do it. But I understand why you want to. I really do. Because I do it too. All the time. And I had a very beautiful conversation with my mother yesterday, because I have been going through so much, and I am like y'all, don't always ask for help, and I don't always voice all of my concerns, and etc., and I will numb out too. I will avoid. Let me tell you, avoidance, that's me and avoidance, we're friends, okay? But I'm trying to be ex-friends with her, because it is not serving me. And so I understand that when things get hard, that bottle look real nice. Okay? I get it. If I wasn't allergic, I probably would have went down that road with y'all. So, that was God looking out for me. He was like, girl, not you. I was like, okay. But I get it. That bottle looks nice. That weed slows everything down, makes you feel real good. And listen, I use it too. I get it. I really, really get it. But what I'm telling you is that most of us are not stronger than the addiction. And by the time you realize that it is an addiction, it's not too late, but man, that recovery and that healing is long. It is long. And you don't even realize you're falling into it because you're like, oh, it's cool. I'm having a drink after work. Okay, it's fine. It's cool. Do that. Do that. Then it becomes an everyday habit, slowly. Oh, just a few times a week. Oh, it's every day. It's just in the evening. It's not, just in the evening. But what you don't realize is happening to your brain, whatever your vice is, it doesn't have to be negative. Sometimes it can be positive too. But whatever your vice is, whatever you choose to try to numb away that pain, it's going to become an addictive cycle in your brain of, hey, oh, you're uncomfortable. Oh, this thing makes you sad. Oh, here's your medicine. Right? And that's how these things become addiction. And that's how we continue to fall down this path. And before you know it, you're like, how did I get here? How did I get here? To the point where you try to quit and you start to experience some withdrawal. I've been there. I'm doing it again. It's annoying, right? You're just like, damn, I didn't even realize. And this can happen for anything at all. Those of you who drink coffee every day, you know what I'm talking about. You miss your coffee, you got a headache, you got a migraine. That's addiction. But we don't think about coffee and that addiction in the same way that we think about drugs and alcohol. I mean, alcohol is a drug, but whatever. We don't think about it the same way. But it's the same mental process. It's literally the same mental process. And physically what's happening to your body it's the same process. The only thing is, certain drugs will kill you. Certain addictions will kill you. And they will deteriorate you a lot quicker. Ooh, my God. Okay. This is gross, y'all. I'm so sorry. Y'all know I be crying a lot. Ooh, okay. So, with that in my heart and in my mind and my spirit, my entire life, I have been looking and searching for all the answers and for all the resources. And every day it's a battle to heal and to get better and to feel better and to be positive and, don't let those things tear you down. And I realized over time that people would always, again, come to me for these stories and advice and whatever the case is, to the point where they're like, you need to do this. You need to do this for everybody. And I was just like, bro, chill out. Like I would tell people all the time, chill out, bro. Like, relax. Like, I'll do it eventually. And I realized I can't keep waiting for eventually to have these open and honest conversations with y'all. Because we're still losing people every day. Oh my God. I said from the beginning of this war that it's not, and even for not even just this war, the pandemic, I said it's not always the thing that we're going through that's going to kill us. It's our reaction to it too. And we have seen the mental health rates, the trajectories, the outcomes over the last 3 years. People are losing their shit. They are. We're not meant to deal with this much chaos and instability. We're not. We're also not advanced enough with all this technology. We're not mentally advanced enough to take in this volume of trauma that we do. And so we're seeing every day more and more people, younger and younger people, losing their life for things that we could prevent if we would just be honest and tell the truth, and to really let people have their feelings and their thoughts and stop trying to shut them up, because what we're going through is real and the pain that we feel is very real. And when we don't take care of it and when we don't love on each other, we take it out on each other. And that's the other thing that I hate seeing and that I've resented for so long growing up. I was like, why is everybody so dysfunctional? Why can't we have peace? Why is it that everybody wants to fight all the goddamn time? Like, what is this? You know? We look at our community and we're like, we should be further than this. And we can't get there. Not because we don't have the skills. And not because we don't want to. But because we literally are in so much pain every time we come around each other, we have no other place to take it out. And so instead of sitting here in comfort and loving each other, we're taking out all our anger on each other because there's no other outlet for us. And I don't want that. I don't want that for us. We don't deserve that. We deserve better. We deserve more, right? We deserve so much more. And I want that for all of us. And that's why I do this. And that's why I do Uprooted. And that's why I do especially Manifest Mondays. Because we need a space where it's okay for us to still have dreams and joy and love. And that we talk about the things that we've gone through. The things that have shaped us. Our testimonies free other people. Like, I tell my mom, and this is, you know, y'all talk to your parents how you want to talk to them, but I'm like, whatever you don't explain to me, whatever you don't tell me, I'm gonna live through experience. You know, whatever you don't teach me, I'm gonna learn the hard way. So you can either be honest with me and tell me the truth, or you could watch me suffer through it. And she does not, you know, I don't know any parent that wants to watch their kids suffer, but I mean, actually there's some sick ones out there, but it does not. Like, my mom has been stressed because I had a headache. Right? Like, she don't want to see her daughter in pain in any way, shape, or form. And it's just made our relationship so much stronger. So like I said, I got to have that beautiful conversation with my mother last night, and to tell her what I've been struggling with and how I've been numbing and how I've been like just so stressed for so long. And my parents, my mom and my dad, they really hate when I tell them I'm stressed. They're like, I hate that word. I hate when you say you're stressed, because they also know that, like, I've taught them what stress does to the body and how it exaggerates my PCOS symptoms and my health issues over the years. And so it's like a running thing in my family where they're like, no, you can't be, what are you stressed about? No, like, they want to solve every problem. And I had to tell my mom, you can't solve every problem. And she goes, yes, I can. And I'm like, no, you can't. Sometimes I do have to go through some stuff. Sometimes I do have to cry, but it helps me to know that you're here and that you support me and that you love me. And, man, I just had to take a second to realize, and like, I just journaled about this earlier, but I was able to talk to my mom about addiction, about the pain in our family, about the loss that we've suffered, about the sexual abuse that has happened in and out of our community, my own experience with it. And I have told people so many times that I am a survivor of abuse, and to have the ability to have that conversation with my mother and my father was the most healing thing I ever did in my life. And I want to manifest that for y'all. I want y'all to have that too. I want you guys to have, and I understand everybody, especially right now, man, my heart is so heavy because I know how many of y'all don't have this relationship with your parents. and don't have the ability to, because God forbid they're still stuck in ID, and my heart goes out to y'all that you can't talk to your parents. It really does. It's so hard. Oh, sorry. Whew. And so, if you don't have that, I'm manifesting that you have some type of figure, some type of friend, somebody who can step into your life that can support you in the way that you deserve to be supported, in the way you deserve to be loved. Because I am so grateful. I am beyond grateful. Like, you can see the tears. I am so grateful, and I don't know how. I don't know how I got so blessed to have the mother that I have. I don't know how. Besides God. And that's my faith base. Because in our culture, as a first generation American with very African parents, you wouldn't expect to have her be so open to hear all of these things, for her to be open to let me teach her these things, and to know that her daughter has experienced them, and to still love me and support me. You know? And I just really wish that other people had it. So that manifested into Uprooted. And that manifested into why I'm here talking to y'all. Because I told her, I said, Mommy, people don't have this. I said, Mom, imagine, people don't have this. Like, they get abused by their family members. And she was so shocked last night. And she was like, what are you talking about? I was like, Mom, 1 in 4 women will go through some type of abuse in their life. 1 in 4. You know? And she was just like, what? And I'm like, yes, 1 in 4, Mom. I said, when you drink bunda next time with your friends, why don't you guys try to have an open and honest conversation about what everybody has gone through? Because the likelihood is that you've been sitting next to your friend and she's probably been dealing with this for 30 years and has never told you. And I was like, and you know what the really sad part is, Mom? The statistics are that almost, I think it was like 80%, maybe I don't want to mess up the number, but a majority of the time, the people who abuse you are the closest to you. It's a family member or a friend, because they have the most access to you. And I was like, so Mom, imagine how we feel in the community. Think about that. Just do the math. How many people are sitting here suffering and we don't say nothing about it? And we know that these people exist. And we know there's some questionable people and we're looking at them sideways, but we don't never see anything about it. And then sometimes we even protect these people that we know are foul. Right? And I said, so that's why I do what I do, Mom. That's why I do what I do. And we had this conversation in light because I've been struggling to try to make this a sustainable business. And I'm going to be honest with y'all about that. And I told her, like, I'm trying to cut back. I need to find, I need to just slow back on this and go get into a job again and be more of a support in this household, because we all got issues and I can't just keep leaning on you like this. And she was like, no. She was like, no. I'm going to support you in your dream. I'm going to support you in your dream. Oh, man. Ooh, this is gross. I'm so sorry, y'all. And I was just so grateful. I was like, who has a mom who can hear all of this, who can understand this, who can see their daughter really just wanting this so bad, and it's like, it's okay. You do that. I got us. Man. Ooh. So. Oh, okay. So I know that on Manifest Mondays, people are expecting this really bubbly, happy kind of time, but you can't get to that. You can't get to the true joy and the true happiness if you're wearing a mask, and if you are not acknowledging the pain and you're not actually working through any of it, because that's just fake joy and it's temporary, and you probably gonna try to numb it out anyways. And so what I have actually, even though it looks kind of scary to y'all, I actually feel really, really light. And I told my mom that after the conversation. I said, Mom, I feel really good. I'm like really happy that we're able to communicate like this, and that I'm able to have this relationship with you. And I really, like I said, I just want to manifest that y'all could do this with somebody. And I am trying to find a way to sustainably do that for us. And this is what Uprooted is about. Uprooted is completely and only a space for people to get their healing, to be in community with one another, to learn from each other, to collaborate with one another, to really just see what we could do if instead of fighting, that we chose to love, and we chose to be transparent, and we chose to be honest, and give each other all the grace that we deserve, because every single one of us is going through the same damn pain. And that's really what I'm here for. And that's all I want to manifest for people, is to have the love and support that I get to experience. Oh, God. Woof. You know what? I'm gonna have to get a Kleenex fucking brand ambassadorship or something, because this is ridiculous. But I hope that y'all got something out of this, and that it brings some type of healing and love and light to somebody, because you really deserve it. Y'all deserve love. You deserve kindness. You deserve to be supported. You deserve to chase after your dreams. You deserve to have joy. And that's all I want for you. So I want to thank y'all for letting me have this story time with y'all. And when we come back, I want to continue to do Manifest Mondays and continue to share my story with y'all. And hopefully that, again, frees some people. Ironically, too, it's this anniversaries, man. This 2 years ago, on this vulnerability trip, and me sharing that video the first time about my cousin and my healing, it has put me on a trajectory. And it's not been an easy one, but I want to share with you guys what I did to get to this place. And I called it my Let It Go tour. And I went around to all the places that I carried pain, and I did some meditation and release around all of it. And for the last 2 years, I have just seen all of those walls, all of those old painful memories start to fade. And for me to start writing a new narrative about my life and who I want to become, because I don't want to carry the baggage of the last 30 years into the next 30. And I just want to share that with folks. So I love you all. Thank you for riding with me. I appreciate you. Have a beautiful Monday, a blessed Monday. Take some time to reflect. Take some time for some deep breaths. And do me a favor, because this is not easy for me. Please actually comment or message me and let me know if this is helpful for y'all at all. Because I want to continue to serve, but I want to make sure that I'm not just talking to to emptiness, And if you can really, really, really do me a favor, I need y'all to help me continue to build this, and to continue to serve our community. So please go to the link in my bio and just subscribe. That's it. I'm not asking for nothing else. Just go to the link in bio, subscribe to my YouTube so that I can start really putting in that work for us and continuing that platform, because I do want to get back to all the other great things that Uprooted is about, and I need your help to do it. And I want to keep telling y'all my stories, and I want to keep telling you my truth, and I'm going to do it that way. And I'm really going to take this thing as far as I can take it. And I'm trying to help and save as many people as I can. So please do me that favor. If you can, just go to my YouTube channel. Everybody like, you got one? Yes, everything is on YouTube. Everything is everywhere. You can stream it everywhere. So wherever you want to stream and support, please go do that. YouTube is my goal right now, and I want to start telling more of my stories. So I'm going to start producing more of this Let It Go tour and vlog and give you guys an inside look at what my healing actually looks like, so that can inspire yours. Oh, Billy, I love you too. Thank you, Luam. I love you too. I'm seeing the hearts. I'm seeing that. Thank you so much, everybody in here. I really, man, Dawite, I love you so much. Like, y'all really have been holding me down. And I appreciate y'all so much. So again, have a beautiful Monday. Please share this with somebody. You don't know who you saving and who needs to hear this. Please do. And if y'all are experiencing this and you want to come on here and you want me to manifest something for you, let me know. That's the least I could do with all the blessings that I've been given, is to give them back to you. So peace and love, everybody. I will see you next week.